Singer-songwriter and activist Sarah Harmer is worried about the Canadian tar sands and the pipelines that transport the heavy crude. Concerned enough, in fact, to have organized a free concert called Rock the Line in the north of Toronto to raise awareness about Enbridge's controversial pipeline reversal project, Line 9B. The Harmer family farm sits along the proposed tar sands route.
What Enbridge is asking to do is to reverse the flow of it, so to now change it from pumping from Montreal to Sarnia. They want to pump it from Sarnia to Montreal and also increase the capacity, increase the volume, and increase the pressure of the pipe and pump through diluted bitumen, which is a different substance. People liken it to peanut butter cut with carcinogenic chemicals so that it'll actually move through the pipeline. So that raises obviously huge concerns when this covers so much ground through watersheds in Ontario and Quebec. So many people's drinking water is Lake Ontario. All the inlet intake areas in the lake are completely vulnerable. I'm really concerned with air quality and hydrocarbons being blasted into the air upon rupture. So it's not just the watershed and the land with the bitumen, it's also the chemical release as well.
Sarah's performance came a couple of days prior to the National Energy Board hearings in Montreal, Quebec, which began on October the 8th and concluded on the 11th. Over the course of 4 days, participants, including oil and gas businesses and lobbyists, community groups, and environmental organizations, made cases for and against Enbridge's plans to reverse the nearly 4-decade-old pipeline.
Obviously, it'll help the companies be more efficient and have more economic benefits. Line 9 reversal is just going to help us to maintain whatever companies are left and help them be competitive within the North American and world markets.
Other participants, such as Chief Clinton Phillips of the Mohawk Council of Kanawaki and MCK Legal Counsel, challenged Enbridge's plans, particularly around safety issues and the lack of consultation with Indigenous communities living in close proximity to Line 9. There are approximately 18 Indigenous nations along the pipeline's route.
Well, we took the stance that there was a lot of unanswered questions and questions that are important to us that we don't want to leave to chance or, in some cases, after the fact answers. There's a whole lot of things about the environmental issues. There's stuff about our rights as First Nations people, and that there's a duty to consult with us. And although Enbridge did meet with us on 2 separate occasions, I believe, in our eyes that does not constitute consultation.
At the NEB hearing yesterday, the Council took the position that due to the numerous outstanding safety and security concerns with the pipeline, and due to the fact that Enbridge did not address the concerns raised by MCK, that we were opposed to the NEB granting the application, and that we stressed that numerous safety and security concerns needed to be addressed prior to the project being authorized, in addition to the Mohawks of Kahnawake needing to be properly consulted and adequately having their concerns addressed before the project can move forward.
The National Energy Board is hearing arguments in both Quebec and Ontario, the provinces through which the pipeline runs, and would be directly impacted in the event of a pipeline rupture. From day one of the Montreal hearings, protesters gathered outside of the building to express opposition to Enbridge's reversal plan.
So we are trying to warn people that this project is one of the worst ideas that could happen to Quebec. And once the water is polluted, it's not going to be able to be undone. We saw what happened with spills with Lac Mégantic, and the difference between a train and a pipeline is that a train, once it's burned, but pipelines can burst and burn, and that until they find the leak, they can't stop it. And we've seen leaks go on for months before they can find them.
Following day, protesters entered the building and disrupted a speech by the Association Industrielle de l'Est de Montréal, which was speaking in favor of business interests. Protesters spoke in French and English about Enbridge's extensive history of spills and called into question the NEB process itself.
Je ne sais pas si vous avez eu l'occasion de voir ce qui s'est passé ce matin. Il y a plus de 20 gens qui se sont levés à l'intérieur des audiences de l'Office national de l'énergie pour justement contester ce caractère complètement antidémocratique. Les audiences de l'énergie ne permettent plus aux citoyens, permettent seulement aux groupes drôlement bien organisés de pouvoir participer. Ce qu'il faut comprendre, c'est que les modifications, la loi de l'Office national de l'énergie sont venues avec le projet de loi Mammouth C-38 du gouvernement fédéral. Le seul objectif de ce projet-là était clairement d'accélérer l'expansion des sables bitumineux et tous les autres projets énergétiques, dont les projets de pipeline, parce que l'objectif, c'est de doubler la production des sables bitumineux d'ici 2020.
On parle d'une crise climatique planétaire et donc il faut absolument rejeter tous les projets qui contribueront à accroître cette crise planétaire. Et il se trouve que le Canada a des projets de développement des sables bitumineux, ça veut dire beaucoup plus de gaz à effet de serre et ça doit passer par des pipelines. Et je dis à la Caisse de dépôt et de placement du Québec, mettez votre argent dans les énergies renouvelables et non dans les énergies redoutables.
On Thursday, police cracked down on demonstrators declaring the rally illegal, arresting 3 people, detaining 29 others, and fining them $700 for participation in the unlawful action. Anger around the restrictive processes and the pipeline plant itself has been mounting in recent months and is expected to provoke protests across Ontario.
Here we are in beautiful Ontario with incredible natural places, incredible communities, incredible culture, and we are also standing up and saying the same thing, that we do not want to take part and support this kind of proposal. It's the wrong direction, and we're saying it en masse. And we can't deal with climate change if we lock ourselves into this antiquated mode of shipping raw bitumen out of the tar sands. We can continue to say that, and we'll continue to get louder and stronger and more collective, I think.
The NEB hearings will continue in Toronto beginning on October 16th, with a large rally planned on the final day, October 19th at noon at the Metro Convention Centre, where the hearings will be held. For the Real News Network, Shariel Tejvidi and Lana Goldberg in Toronto.